So this week I had a look at the new Cradle of War Epic Arc. I thought it was pretty interesting, to be honest. The coolest thing is probably getting to see all of these capitals you normally wouldn't. The most useful thing is the standings boost. So before you do anything, don't skip it. Don't do a whole mission like I did. You want to make sure you're getting as many standings boosts as possible. So we can see here that I've increased with a fair few of them. Nice useful, nice big chunk. But we can massively increase that chunk by using one of these glamourex boosters. You usually get given one when you get get any of the Omega boost packs. So just hold on to it. So saw a few cool things in the Epic Arc. It went over the history of various different factions and key events. So with the Caldari, it was the liberation of Caldari Prime, I think it was. Then and in those missions, you got loads of different tasks, like heal these haulers before they get destroyed, which I thought was pretty fun, different to usual. And if you did it well enough, you would get a fair bit of ISK. So 1 million ISK per secondary objective met. And you got a cool bunch of things. Another interesting thing just to keep in mind is that you can't die. When you get to structure, it just stops. So don't waste time worrying about health. I used all of the ships and equipment that you were given. I'd probably change, or if I could do it again, I'd add a couple of things on. But it would only have given me a few extra million ISK because I managed to get 2 out of 3 secondary every single time. Well, I did end up with a few ships that I didn't usually have, so that was cool. Every time you start a new set of missions with a character, you get a little crate, and inside of that crate is everything you'll need to do the mission. This one was the worst, the Rifter, because you had to hack in a Rifter, loads of different things, and they were quite hard hacks. I had to pick up a few extra skills as well, so that made my life a little bit more difficult and cost me a few of my SP, but I've got millions at this point. I really am not hurting for SP. I do love the Rifter. It is a very, very cool looking ship. So you get that, you throw on everything you need, load it up, and then you just go straight into the missions. Yeah, I did have to use a lot of SP. Say a lot of SP. I did have to use some SP to get some of these skills that I just haven't used at all, so like projectile weapons and certain E-War. There we go. Skill training complete. Some nice skyboxes, nice little places, but you don't know pain like I knew pain running this one. I just was not getting around quick enough, and I just about missed the secondary objective on the Mimitar mission, because who hacks in a Rifter? I liked the plot of the Mimitar one though, so you were helping with the liberation of a planet, and you could hear, or I say there were text dialogue boxes saying like, oh, we're just about to get in, or we've got all of our cool Dust 514 inspired guns that we're using, like mass drivers and whatnot. That was cool. And then we got attacked by some gigantic supercarrier. I think it's a supercarrier, an Eon. Yeah, so here's some of the text dialogue boxes. And you just have to kind of like do what you're told. So in this one, I had to shoot down a bunch of fighters. Again, you don't have to worry about damage because you can't go below structure because this is all a simulation. Then, after we've done that, get to see some nice action shots. And then really bad, I kind of thought my graphics card was dying, and in this economy I was terrified for that. Explosions whenever anything dies. Then after complete that one, went straight up to the Amar one. The Amar one was pretty weird because it was little quotes from this fictitious Bible whilst you're running about. But what was cool was the characterization of the Dreadnought pilot. She seemed pretty cool. What was not cool was the spawning of frigates 400 kilometers plus away from me, so a lot of slow boating there. So killed them, ran back, jumped through, and then we can see the Minmatar Dread and the, what's he called? Revenant? Revelation, that's it, Revelation. Both just duking it out, and you have to go in and newt it so that you can, so that it can't heal its shields. Never mind the fact that one little frigate with a single newt is going to do very little to a nag's shields or cap regen. And they just sort of like span around duking it out until the Rev gave themselves heroically in a gigantic explosion of dead graphics card quality. Pow. And then we had the Glente. So I believe this one was, gosh, I don't even remember. One of those, just an Erebus turned up and just nuked an orbital defense platform. Can't remember why. Not very impactful, I guess. Sucks to be anyone on that platform. Pow. But yeah, so that was the Epic Arc. The key thing you want to run this for is just was it for your standings? You get a good boost on all of them. Make sure you use the glamourex. And then after that, we've still got the Cradle of War stuff. So the latest Galente quest is to build a bunch of pioneers. It felt like it was designed just for me. So I just grabbed, or rather built myself a Cryos using one of the blueprints I got from one of the air career paths. Loaded it up with all the minerals I needed, threw a blueprint in the cargo hold, and you have to make sure, just like all the other ones, you have to make sure that you are enrolled in that specific task. If you build the pioneers without enrolling, you get nothing. You get absolutely nothing other than your pioneers. It also has to be built in a bulwark system, so I had to fly from Beale off to just the closest one, was like 10 jumps. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Those 6 pioneers. I suppose I'll just go on some suicide runs. I'll try and grab some Nice. I have no idea. Like, it's so much Nice you need to get from low sec. So darn hard. The one I'm going for after this is just I'm going to be aiming for, not the Nice, I'm going to be aiming for the hacking. That's what I'll do. I've not made much progress with the other tasks or with the Outrider construction. I've been pretty ill over the last couple of weeks. I've got a few things coming up, so just haven't had a chance to really play that much. But rest assured, I have plans and ideas, and I just want you to have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'm going to just throw this in here and drive off to one of those bulwark systems. Yeah. Any issues, any questions, any ideas, throw them in the comments below. Have a fantastic rest of your day.